everyone! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary Ann for those that are new. And today I have a sewing tutorial for you. Today we are going to be sewing up the Brooklyn Skirted Bummies. Aren't they so cute? These are adorable. I love them. My niece is going to be born next month and these are a size 0 to 3. This is by the company called Peanutpatterns and they are an Etsy company and you can easily find them. I will put their link in their description below where you can purchase this. So come and sew along with me and let's have some fun. You want to grab your 2 ruffle pieces and you want to lay them right sides together right on top. Then you want to clip the top edges and you're going to sew with a 3/8 inch seam allowance on the top edge, right sides together. Three-eighth inch seam allowance, so the top edge here and here. The sewing machine that I use is the Brother PS300T, and in my settings the zigzag stitch that I use is number 4. And I usually put this one at 2 and keep the rest like that. And so we're just going to sew the top on both sides. Okay, now that you sewed your ruffle pieces together, you'll want to trim the excess fabric here. Let me see if you can see it. Right here, close to the stitch, but not to the point where you cut it off. So I usually will just take my rotary cutter and cut it as close as I can to the stitch without cutting through. So pretty much like this. Okay, and I'm going to do it for the other side as well. If it's easier for you to use scissors, feel free to use scissors. I just always like a clean cut, so I opt for my rotary cutter for the most part. Alright, now that that's finished, we're going to put that to the side. We'll come back to that later, and you want to grab your front and your back pieces next. And you want to line them on top of each other, right sides together. So the back piece, the front piece, and you're going to line them right sides together. So the pretty side of the fabric will touch the other pretty side of the fabric. And you're going to want to use your clips or your pins, whatever is your preference. And you want to clip the sides, the side edges. So right here, and at the crotch seam. Right here. So again, using a 3/8 seam allowance, you'll want to stitch with a zigzag stitch on this edge, and this edge. Okay, now that you sewed up your front and back pieces, you'll want to do what you did with your ruffle piece and trim off the excess fabric. And I already did that here. So get as close as you can towards the stitch that you used. Okay. And once you did that, you're going to turn it right sides out and you're going to grab your cuff pieces. Okay, so the next step that we're going to do is we're going to grab our waistband and we're going to grab both of our cuffs and we're going to put all of them wrong sides up. And once you do so, then you want to fold it in half lengthwise. And then you want to give them a good press. I'll show you why I do this before I sew them right sides together. It makes it a lot simpler once you see why. So give it a good press. Now that your cuff pieces are steam wrong sides together, you'll want to undo that, and now you'll want to fold it in half right sides together. Just like this. And you'll clip the edge and you're going to stitch right here and here. Okay, now that that's all done, you're going to again trim off the excess fabric. And now you're going to fold it to where it's wrong sides together. Where you have the crease mark, that's what you're going to fold. And it makes it easier because now you won't have like a big bulge here. It's nice and pressed, so it makes it easier to fold. You won't have to play around with it just to get it perfect because it's already done. Okay, now we're going to attach this to our front and back piece that we did earlier, right here. And the seam here is going to touch the crotch piece here. And you're going to want to attach it right sides together with the raw edges on the outside. You align the seam line with the seam line and clip it there. Okay, then next you want to stretch until you can clip it evenly around. And again, with a 3/8 seam allowance, you'll want to stitch all around the entire leg area so that when you're done, it becomes a nice even sew. Okay, now that you sewed the cuff to the front and back piece, you're going to want to do exactly the same thing to the other side, right here. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far once you attach both cuff pieces to both sides. And what you want to do next is, while it's right sides up, right sides out, you want to take your ruffle piece that we sewed up earlier and also turn that right sides up, just like this. Once you do that, you'll want to attach the ruffle piece onto the front and back piece, matching up the seam of the front back piece to the seam of the ruffle piece right here. Now you might be wondering, why is she attaching the wrong side of the ruffle piece to the right side of the front and back piece? Well, the answer is we're going to be sewing a 3/8 seam allowance all around the circle part right here, and you shouldn't have to stretch it. Once we add the waistband, it's going to completely cover the stitches that we are about to do right now. Now that it's all clipped, you'll want to sew all the way around the circle here. 3/8 seam allowance. Okay, we're almost there, y'all. Right here, this is what it looks like so far with my stitches. All the way around, and I did not have to stretch it at all. So next, what you'll want to do is grab your waistband. One more step, and then we are done. Okay. So earlier, you know how we pressed it wrong sides together? You're going to do the same thing basically how you did it with the cuffs. And you want to unfold that. And you'll want to fold it right sides together. And clip it at the edge here. 3/8 seam allowance, and you're going to sew straight down. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's sewn on the side. And again, just like earlier, you want to trim off the excess fabric just to get rid of some of that bulk. And toss that in the trash. You don't need that anymore. You'll fold it up in half, wrong sides together. Just like this. And with the raw edges touching the raw edges of the skirt piece, you're going to want to put the waistband over the skirt, just like this, with the seam lining up with the seam of the skirt. And it's going to be right sides touching the right sides of the skirt. And clip. And you'll want to stretch it a little bit until it's nice and even. Like that. And clip. The reason why we zigzag earlier on the right side of the fabric was just so that it will hold these pieces in place for us and we won't have to fight it. It's already sewn. So making sure you catch all 3 layers. You want to clip all the way around, stretching as you go in the machine until it's all complete. Alright, and we are done. We attached the waistband, the cuffs, the skirt piece. It is adorable. We are all done. Give that a good press here and on the cuffs if you haven't done so already, just to flatten it out, keep it professional. And there you have it, a pair of skirted bummies. These are adorable. I love them. I think that my niece is going to love them. I may have gone a little crazy because I made 2 more. So I have these ones, and since she's going to be born in September, I figured that these would be fitting as well. Like, look how cute these are. Aren't they adorable? So cute. And I made her a pretzel one. It's so cute. I love them so much. So I'm going to take pictures of her once she's born wearing these, and then I'm going to put them on my Instagram where I usually post all my makes. So if you haven't already followed, please follow my Instagram. I'll put it right here or right here, somewhere there. And it's the Instagram is called It's Happy Mochi. So give that a follow. Please give this video a like, and please subscribe and hit that notification bell to know that my videos are live next. I don't really have a set schedule as I do work night shifts. Oh my gosh, I work on the mother baby unit, and I work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Such a fun unit, how fitting, making these adorable. But until next time, thank you so much for sewing with me. I'll see you later.